Hi, my name is Jennifer Blanton, and I'm going to be making oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. And I got this recipe from my mom that she found on the top of a Quaker Oats box a long time ago. And it's really an oatmeal raisin cookie recipe. But we took out the raisins and added chocolate chips, and took out the cinnamon to add pecans. First, you want to make sure you turn on your oven to 350. And by doing that first, you can make sure your oven's all heated up after you have all your ingredients mixed together. So, starting off, you're going to add 2 sticks of butter, which equals 1 cup. And you want to make sure that they're softened a little bit so it helps get all creamy. And after you add the butter, you're going to add half a cup of granulated sugar. And then after that, you're going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. And make sure it's compacted before you put it in.
Question.
Yes.
Why must it be packed?
Well, you want to make sure you pack your brown sugar because it is inconsistent from the molasses, and so you want to make sure you pack down all the lumps. So, you want to start mixing this. That way, it can get all creamy before you add the rest of your ingredients. Next, I'm going to have my helper Nicole come help me crack the eggs. Nicole, if you could crack 2 eggs in a separate bowl, and you want to make sure that you crack them in a separate bowl. That way the shells don't get in all your ingredients. And then I'm going to measure out 1 teaspoon of vanilla, mix it in with the eggs.
Why can't you just use a teaspoon like out of your drawer like you eat cereal with?
Because this is the exact amount, and you want to make sure that you're using the exact amount that calls for. Thank you. Then you're going to mix your eggs. It's all mixed together before it goes in the rest. And after you do that, you're going to pour them in your sugar and butter so it can mix before you add all the dry ingredients. So, I'm going to mix together some of the dry ingredients. Yes?
Could you not just do that with a whisk?
Yes, you can do it with a whisk. I just decided to use a fork. You can use
I mean like this.
This? No, you cannot use it with a whisk. This, it mixes it up a lot better.
Oh.
Now, Nicole, if you can come help me. I'm going to mix together the flour and other ingredients, and Nicole is going to mix together our other dry ingredients that we're going to add last. First, we have the pecans, and we measure out 3/4 a cup of pecans, already chopped. The next is 2 cups of chocolate chips, or you can add a little bit more if you really love chocolate chips. And third is 3 cups of the oatmeal. And so she's going to put all these into this bowl.
Is that instant oatmeal?
Yes, it is instant oatmeal. But you can also use old-fashioned oatmeal too.
Oh,
if you
so
would
you
like.
could use both.
Yes.
Okay.
So she's going to mix this together, and while she's mixing those, I'm going to put in the flour. And we have 1½ cups of flour, but when you measure your flour, you want to make sure that you always level it off with a straight edge.
Why do you have to level it off? Why can't you just throw it in the cup?
By leveling it off, then you're getting the exact amount that the recipe calls for, and that way you get the best results. And then after that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then 1 teaspoon of salt.
Why would you put salt in cookies?
Salt always enhances the flavor and makes it sweeter. So I'm going to mix these together. Then now that this is all creamy, well, almost,
of them.
That was always my favorite thing to do is scrape the side of the bowl and eat the cookie dough.
I don't think you want to eat all the butter. It's just the butter is all mixed together. Okay, now while this is mixing, you can add in all of these dry ingredients. But you want to do it a cup at a time because you don't want all the flour going everywhere. Because if you do it all at once, you're going to have flour soaking up everywhere.
Can you use like other chips besides chocolate chips?
Yes, you can. You can use any kind of chips that you would like. Alright, now while that mixes, thank you for mixing this up, Nicole. And after this is all mixed together, you're going to slow it down a little bit. And you're going to add in all the dry ingredients, a cup by a cup, because you want to add this slowly because you don't want to break all your chocolate chips up.
Now what's in that besides chocolate chips and oatmeal?
Pecans.
What if you don't like pecans?
You don't have to have pecans if you don't like. You can just have the chocolate chips and oatmeal. Also, making homemade cookies, although they're still not healthy for you, they're healthier than buying them in the store. Because, yes,
Why is that?
because store-bought cookies have more preservatives to keep them good for the customer, and preservatives are not healthy.
Okay, so how many does it make?
This recipe makes about 4 dozen, depending on how big you make the cookies whenever you put them onto the thing. The rest in, since there's not that much.
And how long do they have to bake?
They bake from 10 to 12 minutes, so it doesn't take very long.
Does it have to be a greased cookie sheet or ungreased cookie sheet?
Unfreezed cookie sheet.
Greased.
Greased. Oh, greased? Oh, these are freezed.
Oh.
And a greased nonstick pan.
Okay.
Alright. Now, I'm going to get my nonstick pan. And you can just use a regular, everyday tablespoon to scoop them out. Now, you just make sure you spread them apart enough so they have room to grow whenever they bake and they spread out. Just make about 6 for right now.
Is this your favorite cookie?
Probably. Yeah, these are definitely. Okay, I'm making 8 actually, not 6. Alright, and so then you're going to put them in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. So then when you're done, your cookies are going to look like this.
Those look wonderful.
Good.
Yum.
So now my audience can all have a cookie.
Do you like
Anyone?
Thank you.
them
You're
golden
welcome.
brown or do you like them mushy?
I like them kind of in between. I like them where they're kind of crispy on the outside, yet they're still soft.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to show my audience Nicole, my helper, Kelly, Sonia, and Zach, and Bailey's over there. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.